Hello and welcome to another IELTS writing video. Today we're going to run through a quick test that will challenge your lexical resources, and we're going to be looking at a letter that I have written in response to a general task 1 question that was seen in India in April of 2012. If you find this video helpful, I encourage you to visit my blog at IELTS.com. So as with some of the other videos that I have been producing recently, you will have a choice between two different wordings in the letter, and I'll give you a few seconds to choose your answer before providing you with the correct answer. Please post the number of questions that you get correct out of 6 in the comments section of this video. So, the question reads, write a letter to a friend about an item you borrowed last week that accidentally got damaged. In your letter, state what the item is, describe how the item was damaged, and explain how you will rectify the problem. Okay, the letter is very straightforward. Now, let's read the response, and as we go along, you can choose the answers to these 6 wording questions. Dear Alan, thank you for generously lending me your snowblower last week. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe snowblower is new to some people. In many northern countries, this is a pretty common machine. It's a machine that can clear snow from your driveway. It's something that's very common in Canada. For lending me your snowblower last week, I was able to clear my entire driveway in a fraction of the time it takes using a shovel. Unfortunately, however, I have some bad news to share with you. Or, unfortunately, however, I have some horrific news to share with you. So I'll give you a second to read that and to choose your answer. Okay, so now here the correct word would be bad. Both words are grammatically correct, but this is not a situation we would describe as horrific. Just having an item damaged. I mean, of course, that's an unfortunate situation, but horrific is too strong for this portion of the letter. So bad would be the correct answer there. So unfortunately, however, I have some bad news to share with you. While I was finishing up my driveway, the motor on the snowblower creased and I couldn't revive it no matter what I tried. Or, while I was finishing up my driveway, the motor on the snowblower seized and I couldn't enliven it no matter what I tried. Now these two answers, it could be any combination of these two answers. Okay, now the first, the correct answer would be seized. Creased is a word that means to fold. So here this would not be correct. Seize is a word that we can use to describe a motor. Often it's used to describe a motor that has jammed or become stuck and will not move. So snowblower seized, and I couldn't revive it or enliven it no matter what I tried. So because the motor has died in a way, that means we have to bring it to life again, which would make the word revive the correct answer here. Enliven would not be correct. Enliven means to give more life to, or to make maybe a situation happier. So of course this would not be correct here. And I couldn't revive it no matter what I tried. Upon closer inspection, I noticed that a bit of gravel seems to have worked its way into the exhaust fan, which I believe caused the engine to overheat and die. Or, when I inspected closer, I noticed that a bit of gravel seems to have worked its way into the exhale fan, which I believe caused the engine to overheat and die. Okay, so the answer to the first one would be the first phrase. This is a common grouping of words in English to say upon closer inspection. So upon closer inspection, I noticed that a bit of gravel seems to have worked its way into the, and here the correct answer would be exhaust. When we're talking about a motor or an engine, that the fan that helps to release the heat from an engine is called an exhaust fan. It's not called an exhale fan. Exhale is a word that refers to respiration. So when you're breathing, you breathe in, that's inhale, and when you breathe out, that's exhale. So for an engine, this would not be an applicable word, which I believe caused the engine to overheat and die. I feel terrible about this and am planning to take the snowblower to the local repair shop to have it properly looked at. I will bear all expenses, of course, and should be able to return it to you as good as new sometime next week. Or, I will bear all expenses, of course, and should be able to return it to you as good as new sometime next week. And the answer here would be the second bear. The first bear means to uncover or to reveal something, or for something to not be clothed, perhaps. So that would not be the right answer. This bear means to take on a responsibility. So you could say she bore the responsibility of raising the child. Past tense is bore. And then a synonym is shoulder. Sometimes people use shoulder as a verb. So it's another word that you could use, which means bear. So bear just means to take on a burden. So I will bear all expenses, of course, and should be able to return it to you as good as new sometime next week. Please accept my apology for any inconvenience this situation has caused you. Regards, Ryan. Okay, so that was a very short video, but I hope it helped test your lexical resources and perhaps even taught you a few new terms. So kindly share the score that you were able to achieve out of 6, and I look forward to speaking to you in another video. Have a nice day.